is early in the morning, 9:24 in the a.m. 9:24 in the a.m. I think we had Saturn's Day. Yeah, Saturn's Day. Yeah, let me share something with the peoples a little bit. If it's all right with you, you see, I don't mean no harm when I'm talking. You see, I don't mean no harm when I'm talking. I like to talk to some people because I like their education. I like their research and their study. I like sometimes the things that they do because see, I'm still trying to figure out how they're going to identify something that they need to be trying to identify. You see, I don't know what they're doing. Can you imagine? Or maybe it's a hidden thing. Maybe it's a special thing that nobody is supposed to know about. Only inside of that set or those sets. You see what I'm saying? But see, I don't think you understanding where you're at in this day and time. I don't understand. You see that why you can't see where you are. You see, you can't see where you are and whose eye you're looking through. See, those that's up under you won't talk to you about this eye. You see, about this eye that's training you on how to be. You see, training you on how to be and what it feels like just to be free. You see, because you know that these Horites, you see, or whom you call Esau, or who you call Canaanites, and all these other type things, don't you know that they have the power to get themselves free, you see, and unlock themselves in certain type of positions? You see what I'm saying? Can you imagine the Savior came down for your sins, but he was locked in a cage when they done all the horrible things to him. They put him in a cave. You see, they put him in a cave. Can you imagine them putting him in the cave? They called it a tomb, but you know what it is. They called it a tomb, and then they rolled it. They rolled this wheel sealed. You see, they rolled the wheel sealed. Do you know that? Ain't that how they depicted it and everything? Yeah. And then all of a sudden, the wheel reversed itself, and then it went up. You see, it went up. It was light as a feather. You see, it went up. It did something that the atmosphere agreed with. You see, that Shu and Newt agreed with. I apologize for that type of stuff. Those are wrong words. Those are not in. Wait a minute, hold on. You do get Shu. You see, listen to what I'm talking about. You see, listen. See, what you ain't understanding and what you ain't paying attention to. See, when that wheel rolled shut or rolled sealed, and then it woke up Tuesday, 1967, on the Tuesday, August 22nd, 1967, on the Tuesday, 3 days later, when it woke up, you see, I love to put me, because you know why I put myself there, niggas? You see, I put myself in these positions because I can read what you read a little better when I study myself. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? I mean, from my father to my mother to myself. You see, you can see these constellations, this Virgo and this Gemini and this Leo. I know y'all can't stand it. Y'all can't stand that stuff. Woo, you can't stand it, can you? Yeah, you can't stand it when we talk about certain things. You see, because see, I got a lot of people calling saying that I'm Esau. And you see that I'm Esau, or that I'm in love with Esau. You see, it ain't about the love that you have for yourself. Or it's not about the love that gave the population of the inhabitants, you see, the original inhabitants, a code to live by. You see, I know we don't supposed to talk about, you're not supposed to talk about these things. You need to stay in order. You need to stay in order. Because see, you got to learn and understand how when that cave and its will to seal this special being, you see, this is, some was wrong mocking this being, because see, the caves were high, some of them, you see, they were high, but he entered the cave with his body He entered it low. You see, he was dead, they said. He was dead. Something inside of him died. Or something on the outside of him died. You see? But it was a body there. And for some mysterious reason, the wheel rolled backwards. You see, it rolled backwards. And whatever was laid in the body, it rose up. Something removed the wheel of somebody's father. You see, they removed the wheel and he rose up. Somebody said, be free. Somebody said, be free. You see, so the data that was in this free being, you see, it was sealed inside of him because he's a special type of cat. You see, he was a special top cat. You see, you don't know nothing about that type of stuff, and you can't. I know you can't stand the way we talk in this day and time, or when we talk, how we talk. Period. You see, I know you can't. I know you can't stand this. See, we didn't make it eloquent like that. The Moors made all this shit eloquent and all this other kind of cutie pie shit. You see, yeah. You see, I'm just talking to you. I'm just trying to figure out. You see, I'm just trying to help you to understand this re-engineering. You see, this re-engineering that for some reason you can't pick up. You see, you don't know nothing about it. You rather step in the shoes of those who done harm to you. So you're gonna try to devise a plan inside of their house. You see, on how to rule them. You see, on how to rule them inside of their eyeball. You know what I'm saying? You're inside of their pineal gland, and you up here talking about how you gonna rule over your father. You see. See, that wheel that rolled open and that spirit became free. You see, and he elevated to his apex and meeting two cats on the left side of him and on the right side of him. You see, they said it was two people. You see, they said it was two people, but in the case of the living, let's just say it was his mom and daddy right there waiting on him. Let's say if it was his mom and daddy waiting on him. Oh, wait a minute, homie, his mom was still living with him. I can't say it like that. I'm trying to put it together. You see, I'm trying to put it together. So here it is. See, here it is. See, you will mock people who you think are Caucasian. You will mock people who you think are Horites. You see, you will say that God hates them. That God hates them. But for some reason, you don't see the stench that an invisible being put upon you when they first gave you the whole text so you can study it. You see, it was a supernatural being that came down, you see, and handed somebody these texts, this text or these scripts, you see, so you can transform into them, so you can get the energy of them, you see, and do your thing, you see, and do your thing. But see, you're not paying attention to something. You see, you're going the same way they went. And it's going to lead to a disaster. So if they fall, you're going to fall. Because see, you carry the iniquities of your father. You see, I don't know what the books say. The book may not even say that. I'm just talking from the living. You see, you carry the iniquities of your father. You see, so whoever is fleeing, and they know the book like you know it, you're going to flee with them because y'all going to be communicating on the same level. You see, but it's going to be sort of dangerous a little bit. It's going to be dangerous for you, you see, because you're going to need their protection because you ain't nowhere out here practicing for certain things, or practicing for the day that this being gonna come that you said you love, or he's gonna rise up. See, y'all looking for him in the physical, but you ain't looking for him in this air. Because there's a battle in the wind, you see, and you ain't paying attention to it, you see. But it's happening. You know, I said it last year, you know what I'm saying? Are you ready? Because see, I keep telling you, you're going boxing. You don't know who you're boxing. You don't know who you're boxing. You don't know what's inside of your thing. You see, you don't know what's inside of your thing, trying to tell you something, trying to tell you how to re-engineer this shit. You see, trying to tell you how to re-engineer it. You see, but no, you ain't paying attention. You ain't paying attention to cats like me. You see, you ain't paying attention to no one like me. You see, there was a will that sealed this body up. You see, in this landfill. You see, there was a will. You see, and there was a will to remove it. You see, I talk about everything is a storyline. Everything is scripted. And you can't understand that you living inside of this script. You living inside of this thing they call Mars tricks. You see, you living inside of it, but see, you don't know how to utilize this body. See, you don't know how to utilize this power. You see, you don't know how to look at yourself, know who you are. You see, go under. You see, get out, get away from their eyeballs. You see, and do what they did. If you're really following them, you're not doing what they did to get their freedom, to become free. They will destroy their whole motherfucking lineages to get free. I'm talking about this Esau thing, that y'all keep talking about, that y'all saying y'all hate. Y'all say God hates. God hates this Esau thing. So on this checkerboard, or on this chessboard, depends on your intellect, I guess. You see, there's something that you ain't paying attention to. You see, but how could you pay attention? How is it possible that you can pay attention if you don't use your own God-given mind, and if you don't use your own God-given heart or your soul? You see, or your soul. Can you imagine for a second? Can you imagine for a second that no matter how hard you try, or whatever thing that you try to do for your people and try to give them the right thing, something always come up short. Did you know it's a thing called smothering? It's a thing called smothering. You see, there's a life force that's filled with transgressions. You see, a life force, yes it is. You see, because in order for transgression to live, it has to have some type of energy. You see, in order for it to live, in order for you to learn, you see, you're gonna have to understand what you're learning. There's a certain type of thing you gotta go through, an experience you gotta go through, you see, in order to learn these type things. But when it comes to power, you see, when it comes to power, you gotta find out, well, how in the hell did they get free? You see, because they didn't give a fuck about your Victorianship. They didn't give a fuck about your nobility. What they said is, I'm gonna take that shit. And basically, I'm gonna take that. So they probably went over there to some people that looked like you in the Far East, you see, and learn how to put some chemicals together and turn it into a powder. So when you strike fire to it, it blows the fuck up. And you see, they was quiet with it. You see, they was quiet with it. While they was going to the universities of people that look like you and I created, you see, they was patient with it. They was observant. They kept their nose low to the ground. You see, they sacrificed their women. And then they saw your weakness. You see. Yeah, they did. See, you can mock these bloodlines all you want to. You see, but when you step over here to this big body, you see who this big body, when you step over here, I'm going to talk to you about it. You see, I'm going to talk to you about it. I'm going to talk to you about it. You see, because I don't think you know where you're living at. I don't think you paid attention to where you're living at. You see, I don't think you're paying attention to what you're reading. You see, the best thing to do right now is stay close to your discipline, stay close to your obedience on how to do work out here in this land. And just learn how to live right. You see if you can develop something that can pour good hearts next to you. You see, because something was blended. Something had to blind you just in case you cheat. You see, just in case you cheat. You see. Yeah, you're cheating. Yeah. You don't want to go through nothing. You don't want to go through the real shit. You want to just take what they handed to you. You see, everything that you have, everything that you know, you had to go inside of them to learn it and to understand it. Not caring or not even challenging your God body's intellect on what was given to you from birth that was sealed up. You see, that was sealed up. See, you don't like to talk about these things because something said don't trust your mind or something said don't trust your heart. I think it's written in the book, you see, because these are the things that these Esau, they was ignoring. They knew what the inserts looked like because they was looking for dominance. You see, they was looking for dominance. You see, they became the Antichrist. And in return, what they gonna do to you, or what they doing to you, is gonna return you back to a fathership. What is this fathership? Well, the house of Hezekiah. Yeah, the house of Hezekiah. Yeah, you gonna learn. Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna be the generals. You see, the chief priests in multitudes. You see, you're going to be moving like you're doing the right thing. You might take all your bodies, all your sets, and bring them together as one big ass body. You see? And you're going to be halted by one being. That one being that you said you love, or that you say you pray to, or that you say is your boss, or who you don't listen to, but you see. No, you don't listen to because books don't talk. You talk the scripts. You don't talk in the language that he spoke. Stop the cap. Stop the capping. You see? You talk in the language that he's speaking today, but back then, no. Wouldn't it be something if it was just custom for you to pay attention to your own bloodlines and see these bodies that you so-called believe in, or you so-called read in your Bible, seeing these bodies on the outside of you because you know who you are, but see, you don't got the power to do that. You don't got the power to do that. So something is going to give you that. Something is going to give you that, and see what you're going to play out in its presence. You see, I keep telling you, you know, y'all boxing, right? Y'all already boxing. You see, you're already boxing. That thing can come up to you right now and talk to you and tell you everything that it's going to do, and you still going to make fun of his family. He's going to make fun of his mama, his daddy. You're going to make fun of his appearance. You're going to make fun of everything about this cat. Yeah, because it's in you to do. Ain't nothing real to you. Ain't nothing real to you. Over here, y'all believe it. Over here, y'all don't believe it. You see? So you all mixed up. See? You all mixed up. You're swimming inside of this poison that was set. You see? Set in. And you got a whisper down below saying, hey, what's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? You see? You know, y'all doing this. He's bugged out. You see? Isn't it something that I gotta be like you was taught on television? He gotta be like you was taught at the movies. She gotta be like you was taught in these books and hooks and all these other type things. You see, you gotta have some type of theatrical thing to you. You see, when you're talking at these, you know, you need to feel something. You know how sometimes when a pimp come up to a chick, you see, and he got all this game, this gift for gab, and it just breaks her down. You see what I'm saying? And she just don't know what to say or how to do it. You see what I'm saying? See, in most places, they call this the Holy Spirit. This is God talking to the hoe, talking to the prostitute. You know, this imp with a 7 in front of the word. You see, I'm talking about that P. That P, take that P off and got the imp in it. But see, this is how it is. You see, you got to come smooth to the characters, you see, that you're trying to puppet. You see, you got to be smooth with the characters that you're trying to puppet. You see, you got to make, you got to entertain them with your words. You see, you got to talk smooth words to these cats. You see, to these eloquent beings. You got to talk smooth with it. Don't you come out here talking like you just came out from the damn garbage bin or the landfill. You see, you see what I'm saying? Or the garbage dump. You see, don't you be talking like you came from that space. No, there ain't nobody gonna listen to you. Shit, don't you give your life to these people. You see, they're gonna condemn you right in your face. They're gonna condemn you. Yeah. They're gonna condemn you because see, when you're talking about that person, you see, he's right over there with the person you just stepped on, or the person you just stepped over, or you just laughed and mocked at. See, he's over there with them. You see, I don't know, probably playing some spades or some dominoes or some shit. You see, yeah, see. You don't understand that, do you? You don't know where you're at, do you? You don't know who you love, do you? Did you know you hate that being for real? You can't stand it. You can't stand it. You see, you couldn't even be in his presence. You couldn't be in his presence. You couldn't. You see? Because you wouldn't understand it. You would be expecting something. You see? And he's next to you, looking for himself in you and shit. And you want him to entertain you. And then he looking at himself like, God damn. They want me to do the damn thing that made me fall. It's damn entertainment. They want me to woo them, you see. Can you imagine? That's just human stuff. You see, I'm just talking. What if this is real? You see? Always prepare yourself. Always re-engineer on how a certain people came into power or how they got their freedom from you. You see? See how they got their freedom from you. Re-engineer the whole thing and see if you can itch out a little bit of love. A little bit of love that they have in storage. The love that you're supposed to have for yourself, they got it sealed up. You see, they got it sealed up. There's nobody to roll back that wheel. You see, there's nobody to roll back that wheel. But you waiting on it. Oh, don't worry about it, don't worry. Somebody already done it. Somebody already didn't roll the wheel back. You see? Somebody already done rolled the wheel back. Right in your face. You see? Re-engineering everything right in your face. You see? Trying to tell you ahead of time about this time. You see? Ain't going too deep. Don't need to go too deep. Everything's already written in you. I just got to say a little bit, and those who are connected will pick it up. I just say a little bit. You know what I'm saying, because you heard it before in the spirit. You see, you heard it before. You heard me talking about it, or you heard somebody in your lineage talking about it. You see, or you heard you heard that gentle breeze come, and you figured out the frequencies of that wind, a little light wind. You figured out the frequencies, and it kind of made you think a little bit. You see, you didn't have no fear. You was just living, right?